Mind mapping. Mind mapping as a powerful creative tool to solve certain issues or certain problems, either as an individual or in a group. What is in common between working on your own blog and trying to find the best way to construct it? Work on a project that is going to engage financial, money, team efforts, a lot of time. And working with a group of business women and men in India or in Romania or Slovenia on issues with their business, like in the case of retail hairdressing shops, or working with students in a school in Lyon that are gathered to learn about the business skills that they need to develop their professional career. Well, there is a few points in common. The first one is that you're looking in all cases for the maximum of creative ideas to get the best out of the working session. The second, especially in the case of group works with business people or with students, is that you're trying to get a common ground of understanding around a word or around a topic, and to get people to understand on what they can build together and where their differences are in terms of opinion, in terms of definitions, in terms of ideas, but also in terms of motivation. And the third point, also in the case of group works, is to connect yourself as a trainer or as a manager or as a leader of the group work to connect with the mindsets, the limited beliefs, and the strength of the people that are gathered in the room. And you want to do all this in a very limited time, because then you get more time after that to produce results. So how can we do that? I discovered in the past 10 years using mind mapping and learning how to use it in different situations that it was an ideal and powerful tool to get to solve these problems in different situations. How to do a mind mapping session on your own or with a group is quite simple. The first thing is that you have to be very free to not write in a very rational way, 1, 2, 3, 4, but in a very open way. So you put the word or the topic in a circle in the middle of a sheet of paper. It could be an A4 paper, it could be a paperboard, it could be bigger than that. Then you allow yourself to use color pins. You allow yourself to write words, but also eventually to draw if you want to draw an idea instead of writing the word. The third point is to grasp the ideas in a spontaneous way. How to do that? It's very simple. You set yourself just a little time to think. You set the group a little time to think around the word or the topic, and then go. You give yourself or you give the group 1 minute to write down as many words, as many ideas or drawings as you and they want. But after 1 minute, you stop the exercise. It has to be spontaneous. And you look at the result. As an individual, you can start working on the ideas that you have produced and maybe do another mind mapping on one or two of those ideas. You can let the work just settle down and take it on again a few hours later or a few days later until you get to the result that you're looking for, until you get to the list of ideas that you wanted to produce to make sure that you're going to be efficient on your project. In the case of the group, it's even more interesting. Put the individuals 2 by 2 and have them share their ideas and their words. You will find out, and it's surprising, that by pairs, they don't have more than 2 to 4 words in common, but they might have 6 or 7 words different from one another, which make them even richer. And by discussing together, they will find common views on these words, and they will find other ideas that they can share as a group, as a table, and then as a whole group. At the end of that particular mind mapping session and process, at the beginning of a group work, you will have a common basis made of very strong words and ideas that everyone in the group shares. Every single individual that has produced an idea, shares. But you will also have roads of differences between them on which either to confront, either to discuss or to work in the particular group work, or maybe in another session. The main point at the end is that everyone will have shared and will be stronger in their investment in the group work during the whole day, and you will have been able to understand what they had in their minds in terms of good ideas, but also in terms of limited beliefs, in order to connect them better to the process that you have put in place for the group work of the day. Mind mapping is a very strong tool. Mind mapping is also a fun tool. You will notice that by working like that, people are very enthusiastic. They free themselves. They're happy, which is a very strong engine to produce result in a day's work. Mind mapping, a lot of roads to explore with it. We'll have the occasion to talk about it again and to share more experiences about how to use it. Goodbye.